Good morning. Here's your check of Sunrise Sports. Well, the annual Orange and Blue Illini spring football game is just 3 days away. Nowhere to go but up for this squad, but plenty of places to go for some of the assistant coaches on this team a year ago. A 2-10 season doesn't quite get it done, and that was reflected in the offseason. Several coaches from year one are gone. 5 new guys are in town, most notably Bill Cubit, the new offensive coordinator, but also A.J. Ricker, the offensive line coach, Greg Colby in charge of the D-line, Mike Bellamy taking over at wide receiver, and Al Simonson, the new boss of the outside linebackers. The coaching transition, according to the boss, Tim Beckman, hasn't caused the Illini to skip a beat.
Not really, to be honest with you, because, offensively, I think Cubit and Ricker have worked together. I know Golish knows how we want to do things, and Coach Salem, of course, knows how we do things offensively. And then defensively, it's the majority of the same. Timmy Banks is running the defense, and Mike Ward's been there. I've been with Al Simonson before, and, Coach Colby does a great job. So it really hasn't been, a problem at all.
Over to some baseball, and while the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals were busy opening up their respective home fields yesterday, there was plenty of local baseball and softball action around the area. Champaign Centennial baseball playing host to Clinton High School. Bottom of the 6th, 9-1 Centennial, and Brian Paul sends one back to the mound for the Chargers. Throw to second, not in time, everyone's safe. Jordan Seals, the next batter, draws the walk, bases now loaded for Centennial. Logan Johnson then smokes one to short. That scores another Centennial run. 10-1 in the bottom of the 6th for the Chargers. Top 7, Tyler Yoder on the hill sends Clinton down in order, and the Chargers win this one 10-1. Champaign Central softball taking a trip across town to play St. Thomas More. Bottom of the 1st. St. Thomas More's Lauren Croft lays down the bunt. She's safe at first, and Alyssa Vodacek goes from first over to third on the play. Then Vodacek, a couple plays later, runs home after a bad return from the catcher to the pitcher. That puts St. Thomas More on the board, 1-0. Later in the inning, Brooke Plotner draws the walk and then takes a page out of Little Big League. Rounds first, gets into second standing up. But on the same play, Croft is called out at third for leaving the base while the pitcher was in the circle. So top of the 2nd now, 1-0 St. Thomas More. And it's Leah Allison in the circle, bringing the heat. Alicia Bradley strikes out swinging. Then she gets Sharon Hassan over the top of this one. The freshman picks up the win. St. Thomas More tops Central 16-9. And another final from last night, Urbana softball falls to Paxton Buckley Loda 8-5. That's PBL's first win of the season. Over to college softball, the Parkland Community College softball team so far having an absolutely fantastic conference season and heading into yesterday's double dip with Olney Central ranked 10th in the nation. So let's jump into game 1, bottom of the 6th, and Parkland down 2-1. Allison Kimball at the plate with Shelby Franzen on second. Kimball splits the gap in right center. Franzen around third and scores. Kimball ends up at second with a double. We're tied at 2. Top of the 7th, 2 out, tied at 2 still. Olney Central trying to retake the lead. Kimball from the circle getting it done. Gets Haley Flexter looking. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 2 still. Parkland looking for the walk-off. No outs. Abby McElwee, the winning run on third. Tana Rentschler grounds to short. McElwee tries for the plate and for the win, and she is out. But Rochelle Braden over to third. We're still tied up and still just 1 out. So next batter, Aaron Hettinger, drives this one to center field, but it doesn't get out. But that's deep enough for Braden to tag and win the game. Parkland takes game 1 3-2, and in game 2, Parkland takes that one too, shutting out Olney Central 3-0. Parkland is now 23-7 on the year and 10-2 in conference play. To Major League Baseball, the Chicago Cubs opening up Wrigley Field for the 2013 season yesterday, and they fall to the Milwaukee Brewers 7-4. Edwin Jackson gave up 5 runs in 6 innings to take his second loss on the season. The St. Louis Cardinals opening Busch Stadium yesterday, and they did not fare well either, falling to the Reds 13-4. This was a tie ball game. In the top of the 9th inning, the Reds scored 6 off of Mitchell Boggs and 9 total in that 9th inning. The Chicago White Sox had the day off yesterday. And to college basketball, and a new NCAA national champion is crowned. Louisville topping the Michigan Wolverines last night 82-76. And there's still no national champion out of the Big Ten Conference. It's been since 2000 since Michigan State won that national championship. And that's a look at your Sunrise Sports. Have a great day.